clear. And actually, I have given feedback from you, but
Yeah,
since
in that
nobody...
case, I probably did. So that's fine. That's even better. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I think
Yes,
you should
we
see
can.
it
We
right
can
now.
see
Yeah,
it.
we can see.
Yes. By the way, if I have already given feedback, would you like to tell them more about what I told you, or how you changed it, or how you refused to change it even?
Okay, I can do it. Actually, the first thing about the project part, because I have written a lot of things about the project's explanations. There were a lot of explanations here, and actually I removed all of them, and I found it really helpful because the appropriate praise for them was and what was the niyet mektubu? I forgot.
Cover letter.
Yeah, cover letter, yes. And I did that.
And it's great. You already have project links. So
Yeah.
if they want to check it, they can check it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, Elif Hoca sent a message. She said that she lost her connection, but she asked you if you can give some suggestions about the font, what kind of writing font they should use.
Well, yeah, let's talk about that, even through Bilal's CV too. As you can see here in Bilal's CV, or in the previous CVs that I have shown, the font is readable, clear, big enough, not too small. You see, Bilal's name is very obvious. The titles are clearly separated from what's underneath them. So whatever font this is, it's very readable. There is no certain rule as to you should use this font, but choose something that's easily read. Choose something that is clear and nice looking. So your CV should look just like this. You can easily scan it, easily see the words. It's not confusing, it's not tiring at all. So for the fonts, I think that's I would say. And in terms of background too, some students, they choose to use graphic design. So they don't simply type it in a Word document, which would be fine too. When you're choosing a design, a graphic design, please make sure that the colors or the background, they don't go beyond your CV. So what matters is what you type in the CV. Make sure that you're not choosing a really dark background. Make sure that it is still readable if you print it out, because they may choose to print it out. Please make sure that you're not using too many strong colors. The sleeker, the better. The simpler, the better, I would say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
It was very helpful.
Bilal, would you like to say more?
Yeah, I can say.
I remember you, but I can't remember what I had said or what we talked about. I'm sorry.
It is not important. These two actually engineering tools and algorithms, I added them because I have seen about it in a job post of a company. Actually, after that, I decided to put them here.
Perfect. Can I go ahead and say add something to this, Bilal?
What I couldn't understand.
Can I add something as well?
I don't know if there is any feedback, any further feedback from you.
Okay. So I was gonna say, you were saying, Bilal is saying that he added the 2 subtitles upon the engineering tools and algorithms after reading the job post. So please remember, everyone, that you should be revising your CV over and over again. So CV is not a document that you just type in half hour and leave it there attached to emails until forever. You can't do it. It should be revised. It should be changed, altered, tailored at each application depending on the application. You should be reading the job post or the internship post, and you should revise, change your CV, add things, take things out depending on the job post, what they want from the person that they will hire. So it's a good idea that Bilal added 2 more subtitles, because I think the job post was asking the person to have those, right, Bilal?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
okay?
Hocam.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you should add things, leave things out, depending on the job post. You
Yes.
should be reading it very carefully.
Yes, hocam, exactly. Today actually I heard from you, and I've seen from what you shown to us from the CVs, from example CVs.
Mhm.
Now I'm thinking of putting an extra title here about my areas of interest, professional
Sure.
interest. I can do it maybe because the second page is something empty,
Yes,
like
it's
empty.
a bit empty. You can either compress it into 1 page.
Mhm. I tried it, but it then messed up. Just
Yeah, it will be too crowded then.
yes.
Or write some more if you have any. And nadirhastalık.org, that's a very good thing, web development. Yeah. I'm sure you will have more volunteering or extracurricular experiences, and that title will grow bigger and bigger towards your graduation, I'm sure.
I hope hocam.
And by the way, Bilal, and to all of you, for example, in Bilal's CV, he divided volunteering and membership. So he made 2 different titles for those. But as far as I see, they are both extracurricular, right, Bilal?
Yes, yes hocam.
So you see, if you don't have memberships, like 10 memberships, where you want to divide them because it's too crowded, it is not necessary to have this many titles. You can simply open one title, volunteering or extracurricular activities, and put all of them under the same title. I would advise that.
So, okay, then I will merge them to.
Actually, I think you should merge them,
Okay.
because you don't have too many, like 8, 10 volunteering activities or 6 or 7 memberships. So you have the titles, but underneath it is not really full. So you can easily merge them.
Okay.
And they are similar things too. So I think it would be a good idea to merge them and have a fuller volunteering title. I don't know if it makes sense.
Actually, it makes sense hocam. I will do it. I
Yeah.
will do it.
In terms of languages section too, Bilal and everyone, so Bilal chose to write advanced. You know, there are several scales, internationally accepted scales: elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced, or the one that starts from A1 and finishes at C2. You can choose either one of them. A1 to C2 is more understandable. I think more people know what it means. So you can either write advanced or C1 next to your language. But it should be something, you should be using one of the scales that are internationally known and accepted.
Hocam, actually, I'm suspicious about that right now because I realized that my speaking is going somehow bad because I somehow I am far away from the university and I'm not able to speak.
Well,
At
Bilal,
least,
you're speaking in front of many people at the moment. And I actually come from English teaching background, so I can definitely say that your speaking is still advanced. Don't worry. Do not get stressed out.
I hope hocam.
And you have great confidence, so I don't think you will lose your English.
Thank you hocam. Thank you so much for your
No, thank you.
feedbacks.
Thank you for sharing your CV with us, by the way.
Thank you, Bilal, for sharing.
Okay. Then I'm stopping right now hocam.
Okay, if
you
you're
want
done,
to.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
So do you have any questions?
silence.
Yes. I guess, okay, if you have, you can still ask, you can send email to Esra or
Sure.
send us or write somewhere and then we can forward them to Esra. No?
Sure.
So I guess,
Can I
yes.
add just one
Yep.
thing? This is an example from me. I'm going to a conference, for example, and then I'm forgetting to add it. And when someone asks my CV, I remember that I forgot to add this conference. So my comment is that when students do something, they should add the event or the voluntary job as soon as they did it, because they can forget it later.
Absolutely, absolutely, Jada. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. I mean, if you don't write it immediately, if you don't revise it immediately, you usually forget. So it's a great idea to fill up your CV as you go, as you do things.
All right, Esran, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you,
us
Esran.
today.
Thank you.
It was very lively and very informative. Our students, could you please update your CVs, and then we're going to open an assignment page. So update your CVs based on the notes you have taken, based on the things you have learned from this discussion, and then upload your CVs to there, okay? And if you have any questions, just let us know. And like until next week, we'll be fine, I guess. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much for inviting me. Thanks for listening,
you.
guys. Hocalarım, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
You too. Have a great day.
You too.
Yes, hocam, have a great
Thank
day.
you.